right. Starting good. Just make sure everything's good to go.
Welcome, peoples.
There we go. Now we're cooking with Crisco. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another RSG Lunch Stream. I'm Ranger J1999, your host and part of the RSG crew. Glad to have you guys here for our lunch stream. If you're new and wondering what the hell this is where we just hang out with you guys for the next however long we take and basically answer your questions and hang out and talk about Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. We bring this to wherever you may be, morning, afternoon, or night. It's for those that are eating their lunch, wherever they may be. They'll have something fun to listen to during their work day, so they can kind of have the doldrums of the day go by, especially being Monday. You know how Mondays can go, and we want to make sure that we bring you something fun to listen to. Excuse me. I still have no AC. The guy hasn't showed up yet, so it's like 86 degrees in my apartment right now. So I'm sweating buckets right now. I think I'm adjusting a little bit, but Jesus, it's horrifying. But we're glad to hear just some notes on how this works before I introduce everybody and get this thing started. If you want me to shout out your name, say hi in chat. I'll make sure to do that. If you have questions, make sure you put question in front of your statement. Put that in chat. Put your question in chat. We'll scoop that up. But make sure you put question in front of there or we won't see it because that's just where we have some Nightbot set up. It helps us filter with that. Make sure you give us a thumbs up on the video. Whoever's watching us right now, give us a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. We do a lot of cool live streaming. And if you want to see us when we're live streaming, whether it's this game, Battlefront, any of the PC games we play, Pictionary, Dungeons and Dragons, we're going to be doing Grand Arena Championships. And that'll be over on Twitch, so subscribe and follow us on Twitch. We've got our Patreon set up. I am going to do mini roster reviews today later on. Probably 5, 6 o'clock I'll do mini roster reviews for your drive home from Monday. We'll do that here. It gives me time to basically keep working on my lore videos. I started recording one last night, Finn, and I realized that I hadn't hit the record button, and then I got really angry because I was sweating buckets because it's no AC, and then I went to bed. That is the worst feeling in the world where you get done, you're like, oh my God, I didn't record. So I didn't record for some reason. It didn't record, so I was really upset. So we got another lore video coming either today or tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get it done today, and we'll put it out tomorrow, Wednesday. So another lore. I think I'm just do one a week. Some of these characters are really in depth, and I have to do a lot of research. I have researched them for a lot of them, but then I have to record it. So it's kind of putting my thoughts together and how I want to approach it. So I think we may go to one a week for now. So I will get the next one done. Yeah, we got fans, but when you're blowing hot air, Ray Rock, it's still hot air. 86 degrees is 86 degrees. And it's even hotter outside. It's like 90s. I think it was it was like 92 degrees yesterday, which was like the coolest it's been in a while here in Atlanta. So, yeah, it's nice.
And you thought Ranger was full of hot air before.
Yeah. So, yes, all that. So when I'm doing mini roster reviews tonight, we'll talk about that in the roster reviews, so we're good there. All right, let's introduce everybody. Of course, you heard the voice. Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman, is here.
Hi.
We also have Grim the Mechanic joining us as well.
Good afternoon.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Grim? Did you get your son start throwing yet?
Fail. Sure.
All right, if you guys didn't check it out last night, I was on the Alliance podcast with Remon and them, so please check that out. Let's see, for the week, we'll be doing a lot of stuff this week. Thursday, mark it on your calendar, is my birthday, but I'm going to do another 8-hour stream for you guys. It's just going to be an 8-hour stream just to have fun, to hang out with you guys and have a good time. So we're going to do that. I'll do lots of different games, just hang out with you guys. But yes, so there we go. Let us see who is in the chat. Let's rock and roll. So we've got Rose Taco, my favorite person in the entire planet, one of the nicest guys, and just an amazing guy altogether. Rose Taco with the wave. Hello, Rose. Always love you, Rose. JLY9's here. Jedi Training Bogus says, CG, will you bring us Malik? Yeah, don't ask us when Malik's coming, because this is my response. Just know it ahead of time. Soon, TM. Because I don't know anymore. So, whenever he comes, he's coming. We don't know. We're done guessing because I don't know what the hell CG's doing.
He'll be coming around the Swuggo when he comes. He'll be coming around the Swuggo when he comes. He'll be coming around the Swuggo. He'll be coming around the Swuggo. He'll be coming around the Swuggo when he comes. Yeehaw!
All right, Waffle Dolphin, good morning to you, sir. Moss Mike, good morning to you. Mikey, Nat Swarm with the wave, hello, sir. Who, question mark, time 3, yo, yo, yo. Makwa, what's going on, Makwa? Makwa. Tealman92, he says, hey, with the wave, hey to you. Hey, Fat Tony, good morning. Wait, what's going on, Fat Tony99? We got Woodle, he says, hi all. Geo and, okay. Geodinavand. Geonundavand. I don't know what that is, but it says good evening. Darth Teflon says afternoon everyone. Gav P says hey RSG peeps and gives us a thumbs up. The lovely Ouchie Dumpling, she says hola lunchers. Dr. Feelgood's here. He's the one that makes you feel all right. He says hi everybody. Ray Rock says good morning. No AC in the South is terrible. It pretty much is. JG Hot One says hello Ranger. Who did you gear 13 so far? So far I've got Basila and Mallet done, and Revan's on the way next. Mindtruck says woo. Yuta says hello all. Hello Yuta. Dr. Feelgood. Oh, that's a question. Never mind. I already said shout out your name. Trust from the Dark Lord says howdy howdy. Nathaniel Morgan's here. He says it's Finn Ross. Yes, it is. Let's see. DL Cool J's here. Hey, DL Cool J. Chewy says hey. RSG. Deadpool Kyle. Hey, DBK. Who else we got? Darsign 1972 says Mondays after a long holiday weekend suck. They do. And that's why we do what we do, because we want to bring you guys something fun to listen to. All right. Dark Lord Darth Coco says Monday. Ugh. Arg. Yes, we all have that feeling. So, that being said, thank you guys for being here. If I see your name that you haven't been shout out yet, I will. As I catch your names, I'll do that. Also, if you'd like to donate to the stream, you can. We've got Vader's Cup of Plenty sitting there, so you can fill it up with all kinds of little foo-foo things and things that drop from the sky, whether it's from Super Chat or from Twitch, it doesn't matter. It all goes into Vader's Cup of Plenty. Anything that you guys see become a Patreon, anything like that, we'll pop up on the screen and get your recognition, even if we miss it. So we try to shout it out. Oh, look, there's Grim, of course. I should have expected that. All right, so now it's time to play America's favorite pastime, and that is Ranger Suffers Through Depression with mods. So let's just get into it. Someone said we should come up with a
with an added difficulty while having a heat stroke.
Yes, I'm reason I'm wearing a lot of black shirts lately because it hides the fact that I'm just completely drenched in sweat right now. So,
and it's very slimming.
Yes, it is. Mouse Mike says Mondays suck after every weekend. Yes, but they extra doubly suck for after a long holiday weekend. Okay, let's see here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do like we always do. We'll pull up our characters here and we'll manage. And I've already got a mod ready to go, so we don't really need to do anything. Let me just filter by speed like we always do. I picked up 2 yesterday because I stick with it, damn it. I'm maybe miserable, but god damn it, I'm going to stick with it. And I got 2 mods that are green that had 5 speeds, so we're going to roll one and see what happens, right? So let's see, which one do I want to do? That's protection, that's health. Let's see. I want the protection one. All right, because it's got protection and protection. All right, here we go, guys. I really want this to hit speed. Please, God. Please. All right, we must be one with the mod. No. Here we go. Slicing the mod. Here we go.
No whammy. Stop.
And speed. We hit +6. Yes. All right. It's a good sign. It's a good sign. We were one with the mod there. Alright, so I need to get more material, so let's see here. Okay, so I just used the last of my energy. I'll get some more here in a little bit, but there we go. So that mod's going to definitely we'll keep working on that mod, so we'll see how that works. And I've got another +5 that I need to work on, so we'll keep doing that. So we will continue the slicing of the mods. So great. So far, that's 11 speed. Hopefully it hits again and again. If we can just get 2 more 6s, that would just be, Finn, that would be so amazing. I would be so happy. I would be so happy, Finn. I've been working so hard. Alright, but it's one battle. We still have more battles to go on that mod. Alright, So there we go. That was Ranger Suffers Through Mods. We need to create an intro for that, Finn.
Just you crying?
Just have a little thing of a game show, and
It's just gonna be Ranger suffers through mods.
or you just have a baby sound in the background like. All right, so there we go. Hey, Eric H. Glad to see you here. Hey, N.R. Wilson, Max Power. He says, "Grad, smash it again, ASAP." I'll have to send crystals, and I'm using my crystals for other things. I can't do it. God. All right, let's get to our roster review, and it's I'm excited to do this roster review today. Let's get it pulled up and ready to go, and here we go. Ray Rock! We are doing Ray Rock's profile today. Of course, they're in the Free for Alts guild, so shout out to their guild. And our good friend Ray Rock, longtime viewer, 3.173 million GP. It is time to help Ray Rock in his account, and I'm looking forward to doing this one. I enjoy doing all of them, but of course, this is our good friend Ray Rock, so yes.
Yeah, Ray Rock's roster review.
Grande Verga, I feel the need for speed. All right. All right. Let's see what Ray Rock wants me to do. Let's see. He says, I'd like to see how I can improve without chasing Darth Revan or Malak for Squad Arena.
The answer is Jedi Knight Revan.
Well, to be honest, the answer is mods.
And Jedi Knight Revan.
Yeah, Jedi Knight Revan.
Well, he does have Jedi Knight Revan. Just
Yeah, I
not
know,
done.
but two Zetas at Gear 10.
The good news is,
Jedi Knight Revan.
the good news is, and I want to talk about this for a second. He's in Fleet. He's got the Millennium Falcon. Can I just say how stupid Fleet becomes when you have the Millennium Falcon? I'm not even trying. I think I got to 15 yesterday without trying. I'm 26 right now. If I make a push, I can get into the top 5 today, which I think I'm going to.
Here, it's just
It's stupid easy. Like, you just know the kill order, and if you're on offense, because the AI does stupid things, you can still lose once in a while, but I mean, good Lord in heaven. That ship is so OP, it's not even funny. So, you guys saw I have my 6-star Falcon, so more crystals for me. So, I may invest a little bit more time into Fleet, but not that much because I can't stand it. But yes, it just makes my life a little bit easier to get more crystals to invest in other things. So you're doing great in Fleet. No issues there. Your PvP team, we need to change this up a little bit if we can. So let's look at your characters. So I know I can't in good conscience, Ray Rock, not talk about your roster without looking at where you are with your Revens. So I can see right now, Jedi Knight Revan is Gear 10 with 2 Zetas, 7-star. Let's go to your Jedi and just see how he looks, the team in general.
Yeah, I mean, even if we don't talk about Darth Revan, which is what he said not to talk about, we're talking about the other Revan because that's the other major team.
Yeah. So
and you need to work on their gear.
Yeah, it's all in gear for these. So you need Jedi Knight Revan, you need Jolie, you got the Seattle Jolie, that's good. Basilisk Sean Fallen, Grandmaster Yoda, and of course General Kenobi. You can go Hermit Yoda for offense if you want to. I mean, there's some other, but you don't even have him on here. So that'll be your 5 best options for that team. High speed on Jedi Knight Revan. You can go 2 ways with Grandmaster Yoda, where you can make him hit really hard. If you're going to be using for PvP, you probably want to make Grandmaster Yoda as fast as humanly possible as a counter to what Darth Revan does. Because if he can get off his tenacity, that gives you enough time to burn down their Bastila and burn down the other things. The problem you're going to run into is now that people are Gear 13 their Malak, that is going to be a huge problem for you. Because Malak is ridiculous. The other characters, not so much, because Yoda can counter Bastila, but it can be done. I see people using, in my shard, they'll use their Jedi Knight Revan team. They were using it to climb. I've been seeing that less and less because Malak is now Gear 13, and it's crazy. So, yeah, it can be done, but that's kind of what you're going to have to do to be able to beat the Darth Revans. Now, I don't know, Ray Rock, are you just not going to farm Darth Revan at all? Or Malak at all? Are you working on them? Because the way I read this is you want me to focus on everything Besides Darth Revan or Malak for
Oh.
Squad Arena, because you're working on them, you just don't have them yet.
He doesn't have Valen Bastila activated. He's only got 4-star HK. So I'm guessing he's not working on him at the moment.
Well, the priority is to get your Jedi Knight Revan team done. You need the third Zeta on Jedi Knight Revan, and you need, I would say you need Battle Meditation, or, not Battle Meditation. What is Yoda's ability? I just went blank. Grandmaster Yoda. Come here, you little green frog. I need to look at you. Oh, it is Battle Meditation. I'm stupid. Right. You need that Zeta, but other than that, you should be fine. And then you can run that team. You got to get them to gear 12. And that's going to be your PvP team. So all your gear is going toward your Jedi team right now. Done, right? So...
Well, how is he looking with the Old Republic?
I'll go look. I wasn't going to.
Because if he's in the direction... no, his card is only 3-star, unless he's holding shards back. But unless he's on his way to Darth Revan, in which case then he might want to start gearing them up because you need a lot of gear to get Malak. But it doesn't look like he's
Remotely interested.
or honestly kind of close, right? Because we're seeing that his Karth is only 3-star.
Right.
So that doesn't help in that point. Missions Albar are done. Where is his Juhani and Canderous?
The thing you have to understand about Darth Revan with the Jedi Knight Revan team, it's a counter, right? It has to be modded a certain way, and even then, it's not a guaranteed win. It's not like you can just go in and know that you're going to win, because...
do you not even have Canderous unlocked?
No, I don't know who he's farming with his Cantina.
Yeah, but to not even have him unlocked because he's a Marquis. Do you at least have the unlock for Canderous? That's what I'm kind of worried about now, because I don't even see him at...
Maybe he hasn't activated him yet?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. If he didn't activate him, but he has Canderous, because otherwise he's really behind on the shards for Canderous, and that's actually a good team.
He says, my strategy is to get Padme team to counter DR.
That's fine. I mean, you can still get the counter team. We're not saying not to. Okay, he says
It's not activated.
Okay.
So that's fine. You can still work on the counter team, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't get the Darth Revan team as well. So it's up to you how you want to do it. I still think Jedi Knight Revan is the team that you should be working on, but if you want to work on the Padme team,
He's not close.
Well.
He's not even close for the Padme team. Padme's... So I'm looking at your Galactic Republic. So we've got 5-star with 1 Zeta. Ahsoka's 10, 7 stars. Kenobi's gear 8, 7 stars. Anakin's only 4 stars, level 1. So it's going to be a while before you even could do anything with the Galactic
Jedi Knight
Republic.
Revan.
It's Jedi Knight Revan. I like that you have your clones all gear 12. That's really nice.
That'll be nice for light side GOTB.
Yes, it will. You're going to be good on the light side GOTB. So we're not there yet for the Galactic Republic. Let's look at your Separatists. Separatists are solid, actually. Okay, so you're probably doing Cantina to finish
he said
speed
Anakin
2.
is 6-star, just not promoted.
Oh, okay, so, but even then, it's still not where it needs to be yet.
And how many Zetas do you have saved up? Because that's a Zeta-heavy team to really get going.
You need 5 for that team.
He has 2 already, right? He has a 2 on Padme, so...
No, 1 on Padme, I think 1 on... Let me go back. Maybe I forgot, but let me look real quick.
No, that's it. He has the 1 on Padme.
Yeah, so he doesn't even have the other
He has
4.
1 on Shakti that he could use as the 5th.
You could use Shakti. She's a great 5th on that team.
And then Kenobi, Anakin, Snips.
Yeah, so...
Looks like either way, Kenobi is going to be your first one. Your gear. Because he helps with your Jedi Knight Revan team, and he helps with your Padme team when you're ready, so... And he's one of the most versatile tanks in the game.
Yes.
So Kenobi is probably going to be one of your first main gears.
So strategy wise for where you need to go with your gear.
I would still say Jedi Knight Revan.
Jedi Knight Revan, because that's going to be your new arena team. I would say focus on finishing your Separatists first. You're not even close on the Galactic Republic squad. I wouldn't touch it. Keep farming Anakin. That's fine, but I would get your Separatist squared away first. That's going to lead to your Padme unlock if that's a team that you really want to focus in on, to get her to 7 stars when she comes around. Probably the end of this month, beginning of August. I think it's when Padme comes back, if it's a 3-month timeline. And so you're going to want your Separatist ready to go, get her unlocked. I mean, you've got a lot of the characters done. They look pretty solid with your Geos and characters that you've worked on. You're working on Droideka. I know why you're not working on B1. I think you're gimping yourself, Ray Rock, not trying for Darth Revan. This is my opinion. I mean, whether you like the character or not. Now, here's the caveat. You play the game how you want, and you have fun. Because that's what I want you to encourage you to do. Some people that I know, for instance, Alchie girl, does not going to touch Dooku, doesn't want to have anything to do with it. She just doesn't. Certain characters she's just not going to bother with, and that's okay. But if you're in a guild, you have to look at it like this. If you don't give a crap about Grand Arena Championships, that's fine. However, you should care a little bit, and here's the reason why. There's gear and things that you can get for other characters in the game as well that you really want to work on. The other thing too, with Territory Wars and with the new GOTBs, Light Side and Dark Side, if you're not running and getting Darth Revan and Malak for your guild when you eventually get to that point, you're hurting yourself and you're hurting your guild, whichever guild you're in. You can, even if you don't want to gear them, if you can give yours up every time for platoons, say, here's my Revan, here's my Malak, that frees up your other guys to go do the missions and stuff. It's one of those teams that help you clear GOTB so you can get higher stars and more rewards for yourself and the guild in GOTB. Revan was the one team that consistently could hold its own in that battle, especially at Gear 12 and 13. The other team was Traya. Night Sisters could do it, but after Phase 3, Phase 4, they just get obliterated. They're thinking I was going to be all sneaky, and it didn't go well. Let's just not talk about it. They hurt me. So, you play the game how you want. If you don't, you got the Jedi Knight Revan team ready to go. You just need gear to finish up the Zetas. Cool. You can use that in your arena, and that's going to be a big addition to your roster. We're close on. You want to work on the Padme team, but you're not even close, and your Padme is only 5 stars. She can work at 5 stars, Gear 11 with the Zetas, but you have to get the other characters to Gear 12 with the Zetas. The other thing too is you should probably finish up your Separatists before you go do anything else, because you're going to need them for GOTB, and the teams are really good. Alpha Brood Mandalore, who I'm going to have on this week, has a team with the Alpha Brood with the Geonosians that once you get it geared and going, can take out Darth Revan teams. It's heavily gear infested and heavily just you'll see, but eventually that could be a team you can use. And then the Grievous team we've already talked about. So you're getting some bang for your buck for going Separatist, then the Padme team. So you have to make a decision on who you want to farm. The reason we say the Darth Revan team, you should farm the Old Republic, is one, the Karth team in Grand Arena in TW is sick. You see it used on defense all the time. You see it used in Grand Arena all the time, because it's one of those teams that is a nightmare to deal with. We're talking about this on the Jedi Academy this weekend. Certain teams that give back health and protection are a pain in the ass to deal with on defense, and there's certain reasons why you put certain teams down on defense, front line and back line, because they regenerate health and protection. If they get turn meter, it just gets worse, right? Bounty Hunters, First Order, the Karth team, Kira Stall, those are the reason why those teams are great on defense. So if I was to make a recommendation, I would say gear and finish up farming your Geos, and I'd start farming and gearing your Old Republic. You don't want to do it, but Separatist is where you need right now. That'll get you unlocked for Padme, so you can get her to 7 stars, and then you're gonna have to finish the farm on Anakin, and then you're gonna gear Kenobi, but then you gotta gear Ahsoka, Anakin, and Padme. It's gonna be hard for you without Darth Revan and not having the Canderous team you can get away with, but they're still so good. And Canderous, once she gets to gear to 13, is a monster. I don't know, Finn. What do you think?
Jedi Knight Revan.
Yeah, he's going Jedi Knight Revan.
Is he?
Yeah, that was well, yeah. I would hope so, right?
Because he's saying right now that all of his resources are going into the Separatists. Now, the reason I'm saying Jedi Knight Revan is the higher you get in Arena, the more crystals you get,
right?
And subsequently you can get more gear for your Separatists easier. So I would still say Jedi Knight Revan over the Separatists right now.
Gear-wise.
Yeah,
he's still got some farming.
Your guild is a 109 guild. You're not necessarily pushing for the top stars right now. So... And unless that number is wrong, so you can tell me, but it looks like it's a 109 guild, which is fine. But you're not getting, what was the cutoff? I think it was like 21 or something stars that you should try and get at least because of the way that the rewards work and you have a chance for the full piece. I think it was 21 stars. So unless you're getting close to that, I would focus on your own roster to just improve your roster overall, and that would be Jedi Knight Revan.
Yeah, Jedi Knight Revan for gear, for sure. The Separatists, I would finish the farms. You haven't started Geonosian Brood Alpha, that's understandable. But the other Separatists are pretty much starred. They just need gear. But you want to have your best arena team. Because think about this. You're getting one fleet already. So that's 500 crystals. That's really good. If you can just get to the top 50, that's 150 extra crystals every day. Just 50. I'm not asking you to get 20 or a top 10 or anything. If you can just get... from where you're currently ranked, even to the top 100, that's additional crystals, right? It kind of seems worth it to get a little bit more crystals that you can use for your other characters. You know, help with farms, to help get gear. And if you can average 650 crystals from your payouts every day on top of everything else you get, I mean, that's going to significantly help get your roster in a much better spot faster than just doing fleet and not giving a crap about arena. You know, even when I didn't care about ships, it still stayed in the top 50, you know. And now I'm going a little bit higher just to get additional crystals because I got the Millennium Falcon fleet. I don't like fleet, but I still will make sense that it's doing something over here that I don't like to work on stuff that I do want to work on. And I just use it as that kind of mentality that, hey, I have to do this crap over here, but I get all the benefits so I can really work on the stuff I wanted to over here. And you can kind of look at it like that. Okay, so you are double refreshing. Okay, good. So, I mean, Alpha Brood will be a good farm. You know, you can continue farming, finishing up your Separatist, but I would farm up your Jedi Knight Revan team and get him on your arena squad. You're going to get more bang for your buck than you are with your CLS squad. And it's a good team to have in Grand Arena and other things. And then continue working on your Separatists if you want to go work toward your Padme team as well. You know, if you don't want to focus on Darth Revan, that's fine, but I think it's going to hurt you in the long run not having that character. But if you eventually want to work on it later, that's up to you. But that's kind of our suggestions if you don't want to work on the Darth Revan Malak team. So there you go. Anything else on the farms or anything like that you want to focus on, Finn?
Not the farms. I'm taking a look at his mods to see, because his mods are not focused right now.
Okay, then you filter by just speed secondary?
Right now, I'm just doing speed secondary.
Okay.
And I'm trying to see what his best speed set would be.
Oh, we got some slicing to do.
It's not even just slicing. They're not focused on like the right characters. They're definitely split, very much. They're not even on the arena team necessarily all the way through. So, it is a matter of Rayrock. How much have you put in terms of mods? If you don't have an interest in mods, I mean, we'll just give you a few things here and there, but and I know mods can be dull. We talk about it a lot, but I know mods can be dull and annoying and everything like that, but they are very important to the game, and so we want to make sure that we're giving you what you need in order to make sure that you can do this, because right now, and I'm doing the
one on Wicked, that could be moved. Yeah, a lot of these mods that need to be sliced. You need to be slicing a lot of these purples that could easily go into the 20 range if they hit. I mean, 17, 17, 18, another 17, a 16. I mean, you got a 14 blue on PAL. Oh, good. Get that goddamn mod off PAL. Oh, God. Yeah, you got a lot of slicing to do. What you need to do, Ray Rock, one is you need to remod your characters for whichever team you want.
How much?
God, look at all these
Ray
mods. you have to
Rock,
slice.
how much mod material are you saving to get mods to 6E? Because I am not seeing any 6E.
There's no 6E mods.
I don't see any 6E mods. How much mod material do you have saved up? Because you should have like a bunch of those donuts in order to take a mod up to 6E.
Anything over the amount of Gear 12s you have, any mod that's over 20 should be 6E.
So even without going 6E, right? And I'm going to look at your Thrawn right now. Because Thrawn should be your
You
fastest
said
character.
over 1,000? Wow.
Wait, over 1,000 of what? Though, not the orange pieces.
What if it is?
I don't think he has over 1,000 of the orange pieces. Maybe, but
he could, because if he's just been collecting them just from,
it's possible.
yeah.
Because that would be what, 5 times 10, so 50 mods that he could take up to 6E. Yeah, it's not unreasonable.
He says
Okay.
yes.
Do you have 1,000 worth of the purple materials? 1,000 upgrades worth? Because you have a lot of mods that you can slice up and still be quite useful. But the question is how many Gear 12s he has.
He has
And you
quite a
have
few.
23.
Yeah, he's at the point where he should be getting 60 mods. Especially if he's going to work on Jedi Knight Revan, make that his PvP team, that'll add 5 more, so it'll be closer to 30. So yeah, we need to start doing 60 mods. Anything, slice those other mods first to go 5A, just to see if they get over 20 speed, and then take them, anything over 20 or right there at the 20 mark, take to 6A. And put those on your PvP, your arena. That's hurting you tremendously in arena as well. You're missing out on the bonus
Rayrock,
stuff.
you're focusing on the special events, and I understand that because you're using Gear 11s and stuff in there. But realize by not getting higher in arena, you are losing out on crystals daily by a lot. You're losing a lot of crystals daily just simply by not doing it. As an example, right, you're currently in the top 200 roughly. If you could push up, and Ranger was mentioning this before, right? Even if you could push up into the top 100, that's an extra 25 crystals per day. That means per week you can get an extra 150, 175, right? It's an extra 175 crystals a week that you can get. In a month, you can get like a whole nother purchase of those, those Shocker Pros or whatever, half purchase of those, and you can get closer to it. I mean, you can start accumulating gear, and that's only rank 100. Your mods are not terrible. I think you could actually push into the top 50 potentially. Now, going beyond the top 50 might be a little more difficult, but getting into the top 50 with a Jedi Knight Revan team is definitely
very feasible.
Yeah, so he said he was top 100 until this last Revan event. Yeah, you need to get one of the Revan teams going, because they are the strongest teams. It's unfortunate because it's kind of boring, and I understand that. It's Revan, and more Revan. And so if you want to work on the Padme team as kind of the counter for Darth Revan, that's fine. But your Jedi Knight Revan should be higher. And you can still work on your Galactic Republic, but that will help you probably more. Because you're missing out on a lot of crystals that can actually help your roster. And you don't have to take all of them, right? We're not saying take every mod to 6E. If you want to take only those that are 19 and 20, so you can get 20 plus mods, that's fine. You still have a lot of those that I'm just looking at in terms of...
I mean, all those purples that are 17 and 18 and those blues that are 14. Oh yeah, my God, dude. Slice those, dude.
Yeah. And those aren't even 6E, right? You only have right now 3 mods that I think are worth going to 6E in terms of speed secondary. That's the square on Thrawn, the triangle on Thrawn, and the cross on Luke. Those ones you can take to 6E, right? Those are fine. Those are just 3 of them. It's not every single one. Then you can also work on your arrow, because the arrow adds another 2 speed. So it's good to have those. So those would be the ones. And even without those, right? So I'm trying to run the numbers right now on your Thrawn, because I want to see, because you currently have a set on him that's only 125 speed.
It could be much
That's going to be a huge problem for you. 125 speed on a Thrawn is not what you are looking for. But you have considerably better mods than what you have currently on Thrawn. And so if I'm looking at it, so his total right now is 150, no additional speed, so he'll get the 15 from the bonus. So it'll be 150.
Hey, Lady Pole Panda.
20, 19, 15, 18, 20, and 15. Hold on, 150, and then 30, 20, 19.
Yeah, we're just using this as an example,
20 and
Chill.
18 plus 15. You could get your Thrawn, who's currently at 275 to 287, and that would be a 137 set. So you actually have one that's
without slicing and anything else.
Without slicing. Then if you slice those mods up to 6E, some of those are actually purples. You have a chance of even gaining more, but even if the speed stays exactly the same, that'll be an additional 7 speed on it, which means you would have a 144 speed set that you could throw on someone. So you're missing out a lot on those. Your Thrawn does not have your fastest set right now.
No.
You have better mods that can increase the speed of your Thrawn, guaranteed, looking at your mods.
Yeah, I think there's some work to be done. I mean, Fleet, you're fine. We don't need to touch Fleet, and it's good that you're getting those 500 crystals a day. However, you know, the more materials you can do... So Fleet is more of... Fleet's monotonous and boring. However, Fleet and Squad Arena are just what they are. But you use that to work on the stuff that you really enjoy working. You want to play more, right? Especially in Grand Arena and things of that nature. So I use my crystals right now. I'm getting, with the Fleet and everything, I'm getting like, 600 crystals from the 2 arenas, from Squad and Fleet. And I'm probably, as I climb up in Fleet today, I'll probably get more. By doing that, that allows me to put 300 refreshes into Alpha Brood every day and still have a profit of 300 plus crystals that I can use for other things like the new Gear 13 or whatever else I'm working on. So you have to look at it like that. I'm doing this crap over here to, again, go work on the fun stuff that I want to work on or stuff that I'm interested in working on. So there is a reason why it's like that. We got to remod. We got to slice the mods. We need to work on Jedi Knight Revan. We need to then go work on the Separatists so you can go get your Padme team. Eventually, you're gonna have to figure out that you're gonna have to eventually work on Darth Revan and Malik Rayrock. You don't have to. This is your account. You do whatever you like. But for the long term, to get better rewards in Grand Arena Championships, things of that nature. Because you just asked me. I have to play 6 teams down on, so 6 and 6. You're in the 6 and 6 range. Let's just look at what you can do right now, what you could possibly do in the future real quick. So if I go back to where are in your characters? No, I hit the button. God damn it.
The other thing, too, even if you don't want to use Darth Revan and Malik, it's a good idea because you're focusing on the Separatists, obviously, for GOTV. You can help your guild with platoons.
Yes.
They need Darth Revans and Maliks, especially if you're going to keep yours at level 1 and level 1 gear 1 7-star. That would be great for your guild because then somebody that's using their Darth Revan doesn't have to sacrifice it. But let it be known that Darth Revan is one of the most consistent squads in getting waves in GOTB. So while you're focusing on Separatists for the special missions and all of that, I would be, again, Darth Revan is the meta for a reason. He's annoying. He's been stuck in the meta for a while. He's not very... No, let's just say he's not a very fun character, right? I think everyone is just basically bored of seeing him, whether it's on their roster, whether they're facing him. It's just Darth Revan after Darth Revan everywhere. So people are just...
Well, I think he's a fun character. The team's fun to play, but it's oversaturation. You're right, Finn. It's like you see it enough. It's like Fleet. The reason I hate Fleet more than I hate Arena, they're both monotonous and boring, but Fleet is just...
Yeah. I mean, and Fleet actually feels like it did when Jedi Knight Revan was out. It's just that kind of boring right now. And it's kind of boring with Darth Revan too. So I understand that. He's not as boring as Jedi Knight Revan, but he's pretty bad. But he is a really good character. And so is Malik.
So is Bastila.
Yeah.
Because you can place Bastila on any other Sith team, and her Zeta will make your leader ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Whether it's Palpatine, whether it's Traya, I mean, that boost to defense and potency and all that stuff. I mean, good Lord in heaven, I've seen it. You know, where you've seen teams where you see Bassett on a Palpatine team, you know, all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, what the hell happened to Palpatine? You know, it's like, especially Trey. I mean, she becomes almost unkillable because of, you know, of her leader removing debuffs already, and then you add the fact that you can't land any damn debuffs on her now, and you know, she just it's. I mean, those 3 characters alone are worth it. But if we're going through your teams real quick, and we're going to end up with this. So you can use bounty hunters on defense, frontline team, with the Django lead. Again, your boss speed, again, you're going to have to remod your team because your boss speed is 238. Even with the Django lead that's 268, I trooper the hell out of your team right now. But you can still use it on defense.
He is not going to have the mods in order to take.
No, he needs a slice, and he needs to work on, you know, his mods a little bit more. As you said, they're helter-skelter all over the place. Remember, we talked about this all the time, Ray Rock. Certain characters need speed. Not all the characters need speed, just certain characters need speed, right? So you can use your bounty hunters in the front line, first order. You could use first order in the back line. Yours is not strong enough to use in the front line, but it is a good team that you can use. You do have the 2 Zetas and Kylo Ren unmasked, so you can go in and put them in the back line and be somewhat annoying. Imperial Troopers are offense. Are they even ready? They're not ready, so we don't even have them ready to use in any form of capacity. That's okay. We know your GR team's not ready. Night Sisters, not ready. Rebels, we know, are ready, but this will be your offensive team that you can use to take out a lot of stuff. Resistance, we don't have JTR, so that's Sith. No Treya. We have Palpatine. So here's the problem too with your roster, Ray Rock. It's all over the place. I don't have but a few teams consistently that you have even done because you're all over the map. Like for instance, your first order has a crew that's geared 12 with 2 Zetas. The rest of the team is not there. Sith, you have certain pieces done, but you don't have Scion or Nihilist done or anything. So you focus on certain characters and you didn't focus on other characters. You've got to get hyper focused, dude. This is one of the reasons why you're kind of struggling a little bit is because you're all over the map. So our suggestion, gear Dark Jedi Knight Revan, use that as your arena squad. Then after that, go work on your Separatists, get them squared away. Then after that, you can go work on your GR team. And then after that, you're going to have to start, focusing in one team at a time, one faction at a time. Is the only way you're going to get your count squared away. You don't want to work on Darth Revan, that's fine. But you need to get hyper-focused on one faction at a time. So your first faction you need to get focused on is Jedi Knight Revan. Make that your arena team. If you're not doing good in arena, you're missing out. Then after that, you go round out your Separatists. You'll need them for GOTB. You can run those teams also in Grand Arena. The Grievous team is really good, and so is the Separatists, the other Separatists. You can use them. Then after that, go get your Galactic Republic team done, and you can use that. You've got geared 12 clones. Do nothing. You could put them in the back line and on defense if you needed to. Too many teams easily destroy them. Now, if you had Shock T, that'd be different, but again, you're missing pieces here and there. So that it's hard to place what you should place on offense and defense because you don't have enough teams rounded out to have offense or defense. You're basically mismatching stuff. So I think you need to do Jedi Knight Revan, go to Separatists, go to GR. If you're not going to work on Revan, that's on you. So that would be the path I would go if you're not going to do Darth Revan. Anybody else have anything they want to add?
How close are you to Treya? Would be the question I want to know.
I have no idea.
That would be another team potentially to work on as well, but I'm just taking a look at it, like overall his roster, and there's just
Sion's not even done. Nihilist is gear 9, 6 stars, not done.
Yeah, the hardest part is putting together like a cohesive team for Grand Arena or anything like that.
Yeah, that's the thing that, some teams are done like
I know. I saw that you have a Gear 11 Shakti, so you can use Shakti with the Clone Troopers, Rayrock. But
doesn't have the Zetas, I don't think.
Okay, so Rayrock said they failed Heroic Sith Phase 1 when we ran it last month.
Okay.
So that brings up the question: where's this Jedi Training Ray?
No JTR.
No JTR. And then his first order, because he has BB-8, right?
Yeah, the first order was good enough to get BB-8, but he does not have
the veterans.
So
yeah, veteran smuggler Han's a 5-star, Chewie's a 5-star. I think you're allowing yourself to get distracted by the new shinies too much, Rayrock.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever direction you go, you really should just continue to focus it, because you're like 25 to 50% on so many different teams. It's hurting you right now.
Yeah. I mean, you could go for another defensive team. You could run.
We can, and Janik, we can give him teams. Here's the problem, though. We can give him defensive teams. Offensively is going to depend completely on who he's facing and what they put, because there are not enough cohesive teams that he can run on offense unless he just saves everything for offense and throws hodgepodge on
whatever he wants on defense. But
one way or another, there are hodgepodge teams that are going to get put together here just simply because of the way that his highest geared characters are. And so it's hard to say that these are the ones you want to save for offense, these are the ones you want to save on defense, because they're mixed and matched so much. Like, I can say for sure, Ewoks are going to be an offensive team for you.
Right. Bounty hunters will be a team. Yeah, bounty hunters will be a defensive team. I mean, that team's ready to go.
But even with the Ewoks, right? There may be one of his strongest defensive teams. If you look at his roster, they're like all Gear 11, and he has a Zeta on Chirpa and a Gear 12 Ewok Elder.
Right.
And even though it can be soloed by Nest, it really is like one of his strongest defensive teams. So do you use that to force a Nest, and then you can put troopers behind them, and then
he doesn't even have troopers ready to go, because a lot of these teams are missing. That's why we want to give them a hyper focus. So we don't want you working on anything else, Rayrock, other than what we suggested. Don't do any other teams, and you're just gonna have to suffer a little bit in Grand Arena Championships, because you can hodgepodge this. Like, you could put a separatist team on defense, go Newt lead with Dooku, or Dooku lead with Newt, and you could put like Grievous on the team and like Sunfac or something, right? Problem is, even then, they're not geared. Some are geared, but some are not geared. The team's going to get destroyed.
Yeah, you need to pick. We gave you our choices, right, Rayrock? But you can pick whichever way you want to go. I don't necessarily think there's anything wrong if you go Galactic Republic first instead of Jedi Knight Revan. I think your Jedi Knight Revan's closer and will give you the more immediate.
It's farmed the stars and has Zetas. I mean, it's there.
So, and Jedi Knight Revan, if you save it for offense, is pretty much going to be an instant win against anything besides Dark Revan.
You've got the Rebel team for offense. So you've got two hard-hitting teams for anything that they can put up front that you can use.
So
it's
you
after
can
that.
pick whichever faction you want to go, but I think you need to pick one direction and go until it's complete. And even if complete is Gear 11, now there's still some question about whether or not with Gear 13, whether or not the finish is Gear 12 or Gear 11, as we used to say, right? I would still at least go to Gear 11 for you, because your roster does not have enough cohesive teams. That you get them all to Gear 11 first, so they're usable, and then you can shift up to Gear 12 for your defensive teams, and then go to Gear 12 with your offensive teams, and you can kind of work like that. But again, focus on Gear 12 for your arena team first, whichever direction you want to go. But you need to stay more focused so that your roster isn't as spread out in its resources. You really did not need to put any resources into Padme at all. You took Padme to Gear 11. She requires a shocker prod. She requires a battleship. The team isn't even ready around her.
No.
So you put a lot of effort into Padme, and your Anakin is Gear 1 at 6-star. Your Kenobi is at Gear 8. Your Ahsoka is at Gear 10. I mean, there's a lot of work being put into certain characters that aren't ready yet. So you should pick one team, whatever it is. If you like Galactic Republic, go for Galactic Republic. I don't think it's that much worse than going for Jedi Knight Revan, so you can get the counter to your Darth Revan, and you can move up in arena, work on your Padme team then if that's what you want to do. But hyper focus. Don't get distracted by Separatists. Separatists are not going to help you right now. Your guild is still working on heroic Sith. You should not be that concerned about progress in Dark Side GOTB. Just flat out.
No, I was just trying to come up with Grand Arena teams. This is
no,
the
not
closest
you.
one.
But I'm just saying, like he's working on Separatists, right? And that's really just for Dark Side GOTB. The Separatists outside of that are just
Padme
kind of
too.
Well, yeah, you can work on some of the Separatists in order to get your Padme. But if you have a Padme's 5-star Gear 11 with the Zeta, you should work on your full Galactic Republic team if that's the way you want to go. And then try to figure out what you want to do for your Jedi Training Rey, because if your guild is suffering for Phase 1, Jedi Training Rey is your solution for that. So maybe you want to start focusing on the smugglers and get your Jedi Training Rey, because you have BB-8. BB-8's just kind of sitting there. Zeta Finn doesn't work anymore, so that lead is gone now, right? So just pick a direction you want to go and stay focused. No more distractions. No more shifting around and changing your targets. I think when you stay focused, because you've done a good job on these like individual characters, getting them up to Gear 11, now we have to look at it from a faction perspective and not just individual characters.
Yeah, it's just too all over the place. So get focused, work on slicing those mods, get your Jedi Knight Revan team so you can use that on Arena so you can get more crystal income to work on the other stuff that you need to work on. And I think if you do that, I think we can get you super focused and have you stay on target. I think you'll be good, because as we start getting these teams done, once you get Jedi Knight Revan geared and stuff, then we can move on to the next team and the next team and the next team down. If you go back and watch every team that I worked on, it's because I stayed on target. The first goal was for me to get them, Gear 11 with the main Zetas on, right? And then after that, then I would, while I was working on getting another team to Gear 11, I was focusing on hyper focus on getting the other ones to Gear 12, because you can. Gear 12 is a little bit harder to do than a lot of characters to Gear 11. So it's what you have to do.
Gear 11 is just the first benchmark, right?
Yes.
Eventually now, because of Gear 13, you need to get your characters to Gear 12.
Yes.
But with where you are now, you just need more synergized teams, which is why we're saying Gear 11 first, get them usable, then start shifting the defensive teams to Gear 12 so you get stronger defenses, then you shift your offensive teams.
Right.
That should be your strategy. With Arena coming ahead of this. Arena should be first, Squad Arena should be first, then you can work on Grand Arena Championship with teams that are useful in more than one way.
Yeah. All right. And if you have any other questions, Ray Rock, please let us know. Those are just our suggestions looking at your roster and what we've seen. Dr. Finn, how does someone get a roster review from RSG?
Sure. So head on to the RSG Discord. The link is in the description. PM me, Finity, that you would like a roster review. Make sure that you include your GG page, and then I will tell you that you are in the queue. If I don't respond that you are in the queue, then chances are I may have missed your message. So feel free to message me again in like 24 hours and see if I have added you to the queue until I say that you are confirmed in the queue. The wait right now is about 4 weeks or so. We have managed to do a little bit of catch up here. So the wait is about 4 weeks or so. So PM me and I will put you on the queue, and then as your time comes, I will message you and let you know that your roster review is coming up, schedule a specific day with you so you know exactly when your roster review is going to be, and we go through everything in detail like we did.
We also do mini roster reviews, don't we, Finn?
You do them.
I know, I do. And by we, I mean me.
do.
What do you mean, Ranger?
Well, during the week, 2 or 3 times a week, I will do mini roster review sessions where I will just sit back and let you, if you're a Patreon at $10 or more, if you become a Patreon $10 or more, at any time that I'm doing the mini roster reviews, you can pop your ally code in and ask me to look at stuff specifically for your roster. If not, if you're not a Patreon and you just want me to look at something, all you need to do is to make some kind of donation and I'll look at your stuff. A lot of times I just do it without a donation. This is what we do here. We help you guys. But you can have me look at your stuff live and kind of go through. And the cool thing is if you do it, become a $10 or more Patreon and you have a roster review in the queue for the lunch stream, you can bump that up to the top and we'll set that set you guys squared away. So You can get to the top of the list, and we'll look at your stuff sooner rather than later. And what's the wait time on that, Finn? You said I was doing a good job, and that I've been getting caught up.
We're about a 4-week.
Ooh, I've done a good job, guys.
Wait, there's more.
There's more. What do you mean?
Not this again, Grim.
Jump to the front of the line. They can become a Patreon.
I just talked about that. Finn, will you do something with him? I just said that for like a minute ago. I just explained.
But wait, there's more. If you donate now, we will kick Grim off the Zoom chat.
And if wait, there's more. If you donate $100, we'll beat him to death. Oh my God, Grim. Grim was probably looking at something and didn't hear me say all that stuff.
Actually, I was doing my arena battle.
I figured you were doing something, you son of a... Hey, dickhole. I knew it. All right, so Ray Rock, thank you so much for letting us look at your roster. I'm here for you anytime you need it, Ray Rock. And let's talk about... I want to talk about this real quick because we got Grand Arena Championships coming back up, right? I consistently win my Grand Arena Champions, whether it's regular Grand Arena and the last Grand Arena Championship. And I was 300,000+ down against all the opponents I was facing. And I keep trying to tell people this. It is not that I have upper echelon stuff. I do, right? I work on my mods and things of that nature. It is the depth of the teams that I can put on defense that frees me up for offense. You want to be good at Grand Arena and you want to get better rewards, then it's depth of your roster. And you have to stay hyper-focused. When I did First Order, when I said, and you can go back and look at the streams, I said, I'm doing First Order and I'm not stopping until that damn team's done. I didn't work on anything else. Nothing else was material to what I was working on, and I got this team squared away. And I didn't stop until it was where it is now. That gave me a team to work on. Cascading effect. What do I do next? Next, I'm like, well, I now to get my damn Night Sister squared away. So I did. I got them to gear 12. And you can see the Zetas are on there. I didn't stop until I had the team the pieces that I wanted ready to go. Yes, it's hyper focus. Yes, it takes a lot of you stay on target, and it can be frustrating because you're not working on other things. However, it pays off in the long run. It's just like Old Republic. I said, all right, I'm going to get that damn Old Republic team. Except T3, I hate T3. You can see Karth, Mission, Zalbar, Juhani, Candace. Consistently, wherever you look, this is what I've done with my teams. And now what am I focused on? Separatists. I'm doing nothing but Separatists now. I'm doing one character at a time. I just took B2 to gear 11. He's got the Zeta on. I got Grievous gear. He's going to gear 12. You can see Poggle's 11. Geonosis Soldier's now 11. I'm about to do Spy. I'm going to get him to 11. You can see I took B1 to 9. Jordica's getting there. I'm farming those two characters. You can see I'm working on Geonosis and Bird Alpha. I'm not focused on anything else but Separatists. Period. I don't care what comes out. I don't care anything else that matters. For me, this is where where I'm focused on. And when I go focused, I go all in. All my gear, all my Zetas, everything is going to this. I did that with the GR team. I was like, before I do Separatists, I'm going to finish the Galactic Republic team as far as I could. The only reason Padme is not where she's at because she's only 6 stars. But when she gets back around 7 stars, I'm going to take her ass up. You can see Kenobi, Zeta, 12. Ahsoka, 12 with the Zeta. Anakin, 12 with the Zeta. That's how you have to get focused, and this is what gives you the depth that you need. Not so much having the hard-hitting teams on offense, but the more teams you have, like Karth, Bounty Hunters, First Order, Night Sisters, that you can put on defense. It frees you up for your other teams like Jedi Knight Revan, JTR, CLS, that you can use on offense that gives you flexibility on Grand Arena. When I'm doing Grand Arena battles, you see is like, do I want to use this team here or this team here? And you guys see us talking about all the time. The reason we can talk about all these different teams is because I've got the depth to say, do we want to use CLS on this team, or should we use JTR? What am I going to use with Jedi Knight Revan over here? Oh, I've got Ness with the Zeta. We can Ness this team. That team's going to get Wampa with Rex Wampa. You know, that's where you have to get your roster. So when you go all over the place and you work on different characters and different factions at a time, it hurts you in the long run because you don't have teams that synergize that you can put down. And I think we see it in rosters all the time, and it really does hurt you tremendously. So I just wanted to point that out. The reason I do so well in Grand Arena is not that I have the top mods and the top team. I do. I have Darth Revan and I have a really good Darth Revan squad. But it's down the line. Like my boss speed, he's damn near 300 speed. My Stark, 270. You know, those are the kind of things with modding and gearing that I look at and make sure that the team's ready to go. So think about that when you're working on your rosters. Grand Arena's here, and if you don't have that focus and those teams ready to go, it makes it a lot harder. All right, let's get to some questions, Finn.
Okay. You might need to get Nightbot though, because I'm gonna have to drop soon for a meeting. So
I do have Nightbot ready. Let me pull that up. Okay, let me pull up Nightbot.
So I have the first question though. So Dr. Feelgood, for you, Ranger, what would you do for a Klondike bar?
I'd stab Finn and beat the crap out of Grim.
You would do that for a penny, but still, you would do that for a Klondike bar too.
Well, you do that for free.
Yeah. Now I don't know if you do for free. There is some risk. So penny.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
if I'm not going to do it for a penny, but a Klondike bar, I mean, that's up in the ante a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So,
Especially without AC.
Oh yeah, I'm kind of cross at the moment because I'm like sweating buckets right now. It's just,
Yeah.
The even bigger question is what type of Klondike bar?
Oh, I don't care. They're all delicious. Yeah,
Crunch.
Crunch is my favorite, but you know.
The crunch. Let's see. Deadpool Kyle question: when is Malik coming? Soon.
TM.
That's all we got. Grande Verga question: should I G13 MILF or Houndstooth first? Neither.
Neither.
There is not that much of an impact.
I think you get one speed. We figured that out last night on the Alliance, but it's like one speed for, I think, like for MILF, it's Han and Chewie both need to be Gear 13. You get like one speed out of the deal, which, I mean, every little bit helps, but for one speed.
Yeah, but Han and Chewie, you're getting two.
I know, but I mean, again,
do it for the characters, not for the ship.
Yeah, not for the ships.
So that's the point.
The character's
Do it for
incredibly
the character,
good.
not the ship. Make sure that you have all your other characters and stuff figured out before you start doing stuff for ships with Gear 13. Chilo Mad 92 question: should I gear up my separatist squads, alphas and droids, or Gear 13 my Darth Revan and Thrawn should take 2 weeks or less? Depends how you're doing in arena.
Yeah.
Well, and how his guild is doing in GOTB.
Yeah. There's a lot of questions, and I was just answering this question for I think MacD in there. I kind of asking about what we use as a separation for end game and mid game, right? And we try to personalize this. We try to personalize this for each person because everyone's situation is different, right? And so that we have to look at your roster to kind of tell you what direction you would go. I would say I would tend to lean towards Darth Revan because Darth Revan is likely your arena team, so I would focus on that first. But if you're doing fine in arena and you've already faced Gear 13s and you're not having an issue with your Gear 12 because you're just well mounted and all of that, then maybe you don't need to, and then you can focus on getting GOTB done because your guild is focusing on that. So it would vary a little bit for that. All right, Ranger, I'll let you take over because I have to drop.
Okay, go do your thing, man. What was the last question from who?
That one was from Telomad.
Okay. All right, next question from JLY9. Question: Warrior recommended crit damage triangle over protection triangle on Malik. Ranger, I'm running a protection triangle like you, but should we be switching to crit damage? It depends. The crit damage one, I think, works if you're going to make yourself a fast Malik that's going to hit like a truck, which is something I'm actually considering. I think if you're going to be more defensive with him, you go protection, because that when he hits Gear 13, it's outrageous how much protection you can have on him. I mean, it's crazy. But I think if you're going to go fast speed, because he was talking about the guy that had his Malik going first over 330, which I could do right now. I'm just waiting to get my Darth Revan to Gear 13, and I'm going to play around with that. I would say for now, if you're not going to do that, if you don't have the speed mods to get him over 330 and do what that guy's doing in arena, then stick with protection. If you're going to go fast, make him hit hard, because he's going to do his thing first, and you want him hitting as hard as possible because he's going to go first on the team. So that's what I would do. But I'll play around with it. I'm about to be playing around with it in JLY9, so I'll give you an idea of how that plays out. JLY9 question again. is my Gear 13 top 10 list a good idea? I'm thinking Fallen Bastila, Darth Revan, Malak, Grievous, GK, Anakin, GMY, Jolie, OG, Han, and Chewie. I like it. I like that a lot. You hit all the ones I would do. I'm thinking of doing. Something on that list that kind of sticks out to me. So, all right, Rose Taco, my homie. Question: which Zeta order for GG when using Zeta Newt B2 B1 Jordica IG 100 B2 and then B1?
Wait, what was the team?
He has a Zeta on Newt already. So Zeta Newt with B2 B1 Jordica and IG 100. B2 and B1.
Definitely B2.
Yeah, I just put it on there. It's pretty nice. All right, hold on. So we're updating. Question Fat Tony 99. Hey, what team should I be looking at to use Geos against in TW? I have Brit Alpha Gear 10 at the moment with Zeta on Unique. Any mid-tier team. I mean,
yeah, I'm mid-tier, but yeah.
I mean,
I wouldn't take against anything stronger than any mid-tier team because you'll probably get smoked.
Mm-hmm. Where's that blue mod I just did? It has 11th speed. Come here. I need to slice you. Hold on. Let me see if I... No, I'm not going to have enough material. So let's just do 2 here, and then we'll see the rest. Okay. Let that build up. I'm going to get the event going, and then let's go here. What team do I want to run? We'll run Night Sisters. I'm going to put Spirit in there. And there we go. All right, go. DL Cool J question: potency or offensive cross on Canderous? Potency. You want those dots landing because he's going to take multiple hits, and the more those stack, the more health protection you're getting back. So you definitely want potency on him.
And I mean, when you see like 30 DOTs stacked above somebody's head, you'll be like, "Oh, I'm glad I put potency on him."
Yeah, I mean, the team. I'll run it in GW. I mean, it's ridiculous how much health and protection that team regenerates. It's ridiculous. Dipple Kyle. Ranger, so you know my question was a trolley question. I know, man. It's all good. Doja-san, check out his channel on Twitch. I was on there a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Yes, great stuff. You should go check out his channel. Him and Stoner Jedi, because I got to mention them both. What should we be spending GAC tokens on? I haven't spent any yet. So so for me, this is what I'm doing. I don't know what you're doing, Grim, but I'll just tell you my strategy is to get my arena team main characters to Gear 13. So I've been using all of my Grand Arena Championships, the new and Mark IIs, everything towards that. Moving forward, after I get Darth Revan done, then I am going to use my Grand Arena Championships for gear, especially the gear that's hard to get out of there. For Grand Arena, the new Mark II out of the Guild Event Store, I'm going to be using for Kenobi ship. So you can use your Grand Arena Championships to supplement your gearing, and if you want to get the new ship, you can use your Guild Event MK2s, depending on how you're doing toward Kenobi. But there's a lot of ways you can go with it. You could go just full gear and just focus on Gear 13, those rare pieces that you get from raids and stuff. I know a lot of people are doing that. There's a lot of ways you can go with it, but that's kind of my strategy. What are you doing with yours, Grim?
For like GAC, I've been focusing mainly on buying the cryotechs when they show up in there.
Sure.
And that's specifically what I'm saving my GAC for.
There's no right or wrong answer. It just depends. Yeah, it just depends on where you're at and what you're working on. It's a good way to, yeah.
But for like the Get 2 stuff, I've been doing pretty much the same. I'll buy the cryotechs, and I'm also trying my best to get the negotiator because that sucker's gotta be required for one of the missions.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing it.
Light side GOTB. So
yeah.
I want to be prepared for that one. I want to be prepared for something at least once in my gaming life, you know?
All right, let's get to the next question. Let me pull it back up. MacD. Hey, MacD. Question, why is Bastila priority over Darth Revan? Maybe a new question, sorry.
Her corrupted battle meditation
is a game changer.
Yep.
If your Bastila goes first, it's over. Because what's Darth Revan's first move? Especially against another Darth Revan team, he's going to use his big hit, right? And it fears Sith Trooper because that's going to be the person with the autoton on, and then it fears Darth Revan. Then your Bastila goes before theirs, and you put with corrupt battle meditation, and she puts all those debuffs and stuff on there. It's over. 9 times out of 10, you're going to win. You can still get bad RNG and lose, but if she goes first, then it makes your life so much simpler. So that's why you see a lot of people doing that. Now, one of the new strategies that people are coming up with, which is something I'm probably going to do, is I'm going to have my Darth Revan. I think I would just mess with my mods. If I take them all, I'll be like 333 speed on my Darth Malik. He goes first. He does his big hit, almost kills Sith Trooper, debuffs him. Then your Darth Revan's your second fastest. You need to get him above 325. He goes first, and then he'll go after the leader with his big hit. When he does that, everybody gets feared. I don't care how fast her Bastila is, she can't do her thing until afterwards. Then your Bastila can be slower. That's really hard to do. You have to have extremely good mods to do it, and it's something I'm going to test out for you guys once I get my Darth Revan with his Gear 13 piece. But if you're not doing that consistently, what you want to do is have your Bastila go. Even my Darth Revan speed is only 311 because my Bastila is like 312. So I'm faster than the majority of Bastilas on my shard. And when she goes first, then it's like, okay, I got what I need, and now I just start picking the team apart. So that's kind of why you want to do that. Andrew Kopta, question. Hey, Andrew, another one of my favorite people in the world. Sent me that amazing care package. I will always love Andrew for that. That was incredible. And I wear your shirt all the time, Andrew, representing Memphis. Even though I don't no real affiliation with that, just through you. Ooh, I got another stun gun. I'll take that. Have you eaten the hot chocolate yet? We had planned on doing that last Thursday. I had it ready to go. Ronnie was supposed to join us. It was on 4th of July. We were going to eat it. But then Grande, he couldn't do it. So if Grande can't do it, then I'm just going to do it. I may do it on my birthday just for you guys. Just eat the hot chocolate. I'm going to be hanging out with you guys for 8 hours, so I'll do that then. If Grande can't do it, then Grande can have his own experience later on. But, I mean, I've got the chocolate. It's been sitting there. It's ready to go. I was going to do it. I had everything set up to eat it, and I had a towel because I knew it was going to sweat profusely. So we'll see. I am going to eat that. I've been waiting for Grande. It's really Grande's schedule. But he's been really busy. It's summer. He's driving all over the place getting his kids squared away, which he should be focused on. He's a dad. That's what dads do.
Yeah, I don't blame him because, that chocolate will put people down for a while after they eat it. So you need some extra time.
Let's see. Stoner Jedi says, who is Stoner Jedi? That's used takedown games. Xylo takedown. Check out his channel. If I'm going to pimp your stuff, I'll call you whoever I damn well.
What happened to Stoner Jedi?
He works, he was consistently always on the lunch stream, but he's got a new work schedule, and he's dealing with the apprentice and taking care of him, and his consistent only day where he can be on the lunch stream is Saturdays, but he's been on the Wednesday stream and stuff, so check out Takedown Games.
Is he no longer living in the doghouse?
He was in the doghouse Saturday. Oh, God, that was funny. This Takedown came in because she plays Pictionaries with us, and she had in her name, Xylo's in the doghouse. I was like, didn't push the envelope on that issue too far. Grande, very good question. Can Grim use guild event tokens for getting Thrawn? Unfortunately, no. Oh, wait, no, you can get Hera.
Actually, I can, but she hasn't been showing up very often here recently. So when she does show up, I do buy her. Buy shards at her.
Gruffalo, question, how many licks does it take to get to the good RNG? I don't know, man. I lick a lot, and I don't get dick, so I don't know. So
maybe that's why you're not...
I don't know. You figure that...
You've wrong stuff.
Yeah, I mean... If you can figure out that math equation, let me know, man. Because, God. I got 6 today on that mod, and I felt like I won the lotto because it never happens for me. So, but then I guarantee you I'm going to roll that mod again, and I'm not going to get anything. It'll hit like protection, or it'll hit something else 2 times, and I'll be like, oh. Once in a blue moon it hits, and I've what, in the last 4 months I've been doing it, I've had 2 mods over 20 speed. But if you think about the hundreds of mods that I've done that have done nothing, there you go. Guzza Buzza.
Real quick, I agree with Doja-san. He says, speaking of licks, lick that like button.
That's right. Guzza Buzza question: is it better to farm gear or use crystals? And when is the next mini review time? Today, it'll be today, either 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. Eastern. I haven't decided yet. I'll probably do like 6 p.m. to whenever, just for you guys drive home and stuff like that. A lot of people enjoy it when I do it that time. So we'll have your afternoon drive home mini Ross reviews for you guys. So there you go. Is it better to farm gear or use crystals? So one thing I do, I'll give an example, like the cryotechs. I'll farm them to 25, and then I'll buy 700 crystals worth of the other, of more of those, right? Really what I'm doing now is I'm farming the Gear 13 piece, and then using crystals to buy the cryotechs, because, I mean, they're a nightmare to get. Another stun gun. 3 stun gun drops today, man. I must have done something right in a previous life, man. That makes a big difference. Because I was looking at my Grievous. What do I got to do for him? I know I need those black eyeballs. Let's go look at Grievous, because I'm taking him to Gear 12 next. Let me look here. He's not the easiest gear. Let's see.
His most annoying part is going from Gear 10 to Gear 11.
Okay, I do have the other black eyeball. Okay,
stun guns.
So I just need the stun guns. I could actually use some crystals to finish that one, but then I need these stupid Mark 7 Marathon Shield Savage. You son of a... I could do that too. Ew. 625 plus, let's see, that's 925, 35. Ooh, I'm tempted to do this. Because I could take Grievous to 12. I need the stun gun, and then I need that. You know what, Grim? I'm going to do it for the fans.
Okay.
I'm going to do it. Let me get a couple of these. For the fans. Let's get some of those. I got 2. You son of a... Alright, let's look here. I have 2,100 crystals. I got to be frugal. Let me think here. Find. 25 will cost me 650. I'm just doing this real quick. So if I do that, 650, that'll leave me roughly 1,500. Then I'd have to spend another 625 plus Jesus Christ, 49. I just need one. If I did it that way, I just need one stupid piece, and I can do with the you sons of God damn it.
That's like what happened to me with unlocking Brood Alpha. It was like 79 of 80. Seriously?
Like, really? Word? Damn it. Just saying if I have any. Nope, I don't. Alright, I'll have to think about that one, because I don't want to go crazy with the crystals on that. But I could take Grievous at 12. I'm going to do it. Damn it, Graham, I'm going to do it. Let's do it. Alright, for you guys. Alright. The 25 one. Buy that. Okay. And then take that off. Find that. I'll have to do the 10. So 250. That puts me at 29. The only way I can do it is 625. Yeah. Okay. Doesn't leave me a lot of crystals. But I'll get more PvP rewards and stuff, so that's fine. All right, here we go. Grievous at 12, baby, for you guys, because I love you. Bam. There you go. Gear 12 Grievous. And I'll still need more. Need those. Those. Always those. Let's see. Those. So I just going to start farming those out of the store and stuff. Yep. Look at how many of those. I just need those pieces. God. Well, let me just go back over to the shard store because that's where I'm going to be on for a while. Let me just get... No, not those. Where's the... Hey, is it... No, it's not those. I need the... Okay, they're not there. Oh, I need a couple of those. I'll buy those. There we go. There you go. Gear 12 Greaves. There you go.
Nice.
All right. See if there's any more questions.
Then take them to Gear 13 and annihilate those Darth Revan squads.
Yeah, I will. I'll do it. All right.
Oh, I love when Greedo is like, "Oh, I'm going to kill this person," and shoots somebody 7 times.
Yeah. Doja-san, question: when is your birthday, Ranger? My birthday is this Thursday. So I'm going to be doing an 8-hour stream for you guys on my birthday to hang out with you guys. I know people have been asking. I put a bunch of stuff on the Amazon wish list that you guys can go check out. So yeah, this Thursday I will be celebrating my birthday with you guys. So there it is, the 11th, July 11th. If they know more in question, why won't Gold Ball show up in shipment so I can take Jedi Counselor to Gear 12? This is a conspiracy. Well, I think the game's trying to warn you not to do Jedi Counselor. But yeah, they're pretty hard to get in the guild store. When I save up my guild store currency now for that specific reason. Danilo Papayas question: I have a 3-month alt account to level 80. In the arena, there are Gear 13 Darth Revan teams. Am I screwed? No. You'll catch up eventually. Yeah, if you focus. I mean, people are going to spend and get ahead of you, but it evens out in the end. So, I think you'll be fine. I can tell you one thing that happened. You guys noticed my GP went up to 4.4. That damn Millennium Falcon, man, shot my GP up.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, shit. Like, oh my God.
Mine as well. When I unlocked it, I'm like, oh, no.
It's like, wow.
It takes me up to the next GAC bracket.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. I mean, that is crazy nuts how much GP that shot me up. I'm like, okay. Question: did you ever answer the question? Yes, I did answer the question, guys. So you talk about, is it worth to use crystals there? Yeah, you can use, like, for instance, like the Cryotech. You can use like 700 crystals to get half the amount you need. I would say it's better to use crystals for energy refreshes to farm the gear, like instead of just buying it. Rare exception, like I just did. I just did that for the fans. I normally wouldn't have done that, but I was like, oh, you know what, Gear 13 or Gear 12 Grievous, why not? But like, for instance, I'm working on Darth Revan, so no, not you, Jedi Knight Revan. Get out of here. Get out of here, Jedi Knight Revan. I want the other Revan. So you can see I'm using my energy with crystals to get energy to get these farmed. And I just started Injector Head Salvage. The Cryotechs you can farm and use the store to get. You can do the same for the other piece. But get to a certain point, I need 100 of these total. So it just makes sense that I'll save up my crystals. I'll probably keep farming, using the store for those. But I want to get him up as quickly as possible. So I think you're better off for gear pieces like this to use your energy and your energy refreshes to get these. Those rare exceptions that you want to use crystals for gear, you can. But like to finish like I did, General Grievous to 12. If you're one piece away and you're like, you need 20 salvage or something, yeah, use the crystals for some gear. That's what it's there for, right? But if you're working on Gear 13, it's a slower process. So the Cryotechs you can get faster by saving up your crystals and buy them in bulk. These you can't. So you want to use crystal energy refreshes to get those. So I hope that answers your question, Doja-san.
Those also show up in the Get 2 and the GAC store.
Let's see, any other questions? Well, it'll update. Nightbot's being stupid.
Come on, Nightbot. You
Come
can
on.
do it.
There we go. Nathaniel Morgan question: why did Grim Zeta a 3-star Embo? I don't know. Grim, why did you do that? Bad Grim.
He had just come out, and that one sounded like a decent Zeta, and it is a really good Zeta.
It is. This is before he knew us.
I had Embo. No, this is when I knew you. I had Embo at Gear.
Yeah, but I didn't really know your antics at the time, Grim, because I would have punched you in the head if I knew you were going to do that.
I also had, 150 Zeta mats sitting there gathering dust, so I was like, oh, sure, why not?
Yeah. There you go. Guess a buzz a question. Malik coming on your birthday? I figured he didn't come because of all the legends on the 4th. I really thought Malik was going to come this past weekend, right? I thought it was going to be the previous Friday, but I figured it'd be this past Friday because I thought, we have the Grand Arena Championship coming tomorrow, right? That it would give people an opportunity to get him. Well, at this point, I have no earthly idea what in the hell is going on.
Yeah, and we were all thinking that it was going to be for the GOTB too, because he's required for platoons.
Right. We're thinking give people an opportunity to do that. However, they're not releasing him, and I don't know the cadence now of it. I mean, ideally, I thought he would come a little bit earlier because Darth Revan came early. That was usually 10 to 2 weeks afterwards. So I initially thought that first Friday he might come since Darth Revan had come early. That didn't happen. I'm thinking, okay, well, looking at it, the Grand Arena Championships got pushed back. GOTB just launched. Maybe they're waiting because he is a required character to put him out afterwards. That didn't happen. So at this point, your guess is as good as mine, Soon TM. At this point, I don't know what they're doing with him, so I can't give you a solid answer.
Maybe they're focused on something bigger right now. And I'll hope.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I'm really wondering if they have a reason for not bringing him back yet.
There's some reason. I don't know what it is, so don't ask. Ronnie, very good question. Are you going to leave and rejoin TW? Nah. My Grievous is done, but my B2's done. But my B1, Jordica, need a little bit of work, and I haven't even touched Magna Guard yet. That filthy mongoloid. All right, let's see. Last bit of questions, then we're going to end this. Xylo, question: Shock T free to play this week? No. No, she ain't coming soon. Guzza question: what's the most efficient use of money in this game? Most efficient use of money in this game is anything that's focus driven on rounding up characters. By that I mean certain characters, like for instance, if you we'll give you an example. If you're working on JTR back in the day and you needed the Viagra Brothers and you're like 50 shards away, well, that pack would help you get there. So that's an investment worth it, right?
Well, unless you're Urban Blaster, then you don't pay for the shit. The most efficient way to spend money in this game.
I think it's hyper focused on something that's going to benefit a character either through stars or a gear level. That's it. Anything else is just a waste of money, in my opinion. And even then, certain gear, I'm like, or certain packs, I'm like, that's not worth it. And that's why consistently every Wednesday we look at the packs and stuff that are out there and be like, yes or no. Is the value that you're paying money for? I always look at what is the benefit of this pack, right? Now, some people have different opinions on that. This is just an opinion. It doesn't mean I'm right. I just think that when you talk about spending money, even if you got the money to spend, being smart about what you spend it on still makes sense, right? You should never spend money just because it's going to do something for you. If it's not to finish a character out in some form or capacity or get you closer to finishing a character, then it's not worth it. Period. I mean, because you can start getting crazy with the amount of money you spend in this game. I mean, for a character that, I mean, you can easily spend $150 to $300 on a character from the marquee up. You know, that's a lot. And that's not including money you'll spend on gear and things that way. You know, so, someone asked me the other day, do I think that the Gear 13, the new gear packs for Gear 13 are worth it? Yeah, they're worth it. If you got $100 and you want to spend it for what you get there, I'm going to open the pack and I look at all this that's in there. I'm like, that's for new gear and stuff. Would I charge $100 for this? Absolutely not. But they are, and does it give you value out of it? Yeah, I think so. Do I think it was worth $100? No, but if someone's going to spend it, I'm like, yeah, if you got $100 and you want to spend it, that's actually good. That's giving you a lot of Gear 13 pieces and salvage that you can use to round up a lot of characters. So that's pretty good, you know, in your mind. So it also depends on what the value you place on what you purchase in the game. I mean, I know tons of Krakens that spend just ungodly amount of money, and it's just like it frees me up from farming. I like to do more stuff in this game than spend time farming, so I spend the money. I'm like, okay, good. You know, so if that's what you want to spend your money on, God bless you, do it. Let's see, anything else? Gary Marsh, question, which is better for Nest and Grand Arena Championship, tenacity or speed build? I still do speed build, so here's the reason why. Sometimes in TW, I use her on defense because my guild requires it. And I have, you can always add another character to her, even without it, like Gear 12 Ewoks, Ness is going to obliterate. And I just go in there with
sometimes there's a caveat to that, though. Because if they have a fast low gray, your Nest is never going to counterattack.
Well, it's fine, but eventually, so what I do is I go in there with Farm Boy Luke with his Zeta. You can do that with Rex with her if you wanted to. Typically, Rex goes with Wampa. You can put tenacity on there. On her, a lot of people go slow counterattack with her because they use her nothing but for solo. For me, I go speed and damage because that's on TW for my guild. I still use her. Like I'll put her in a bounty hunter squad because you're not really going to solo anything in TW, and that helps the bounty hunter squad because she gets 30 speed. So we add that with my boss and Django and everybody else. It becomes a nightmare team, and limits your counters that you can use. I think if you're going to run her solo, if you're not running like a Farm Boy Luke to give her extra tenacity. Now, the mods I do have good, decent tenacity on her already, the secondaries. So adding Farm Boy Luke just makes her resist a lot more. So you can do that. But if you're going to run her solo against teams like, it's mainly just the Ewoks, you want to try to avoid her getting as dazed as much. It's going to land, but she's going to win eventually. They're going to piss her off so much, they're going to hit her so much, they're not going to be able to kill her, that when the tenacity breaks, or the daze breaks, she's going to go in and just start one-shotting the hell out of them. Because she's like Wampa, she just ramps up her damage, and it just gets crazy. So if you want to go tenacity, you can. If you want to go speed because you want to use her in other areas and just supplement with a Farm Boy Luke, you can do that as well. It's like Wampa. Wampa, I always go in with Rex because I want to make sure that he goes wamping and kicking that ass. Last question from Gaza. Question, do we still need to hoard Zetas for Malik? Yes, you need 2 Zetas for Malik. After that, you can do whatever you want with those Zetas, but hoard 2 for Malik.
Do what Grande usually says. Give yourself a cushion. Mm-hmm. That way you have the Zetas there ready for him when he comes out.
Yeah. The only time I've ever hoarded Zetas was for Jedi Knight Revan and team, and then also the Dark Revan team, because I knew it was coming. So I hoarded, like, I did the calculations in my head. I figured it, I didn't know it at the time for Dark Revan. I'd be like, he's going to have 3, so I'm going to save 3 for that, and then I'm like, I need 1 for this, and I need that for that. So the only thing I didn't hoard for was Malik, because I didn't know Malik was coming. Darth Revan I knew. So I had that team ready to go with Gear 12 and everything. But then after that, it was like, when Malik came, it was like, good Lord and gravy. That came out of nowhere. I unlocked him. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to have to save the Zetas from him. So if you can be proactive ahead of time for legendary characters only, and save your Zetas and stuff that you know you're going to need for that character. Like for Padme, for example, if you haven't unlocked her yet, save 2 Zetas for Padme. Save up the gear, get the other characters ready, and then, bam, drop them. That's how you want to do it. Anything else, though, I don't save Zetas because I just start working on the team. Like, for instance, Separatists, you can see that I just put the Zeta on B2 because any Zetas that I like, B1's getting the next Zeta. I've already got mental monstrosity on Grievous, and I'll start adding gear and Zeta to these characters as I work on it. But this is my priority, so I'm not hoarding any Zetas. I don't have any legendaries I need to work on. But if you do have legendaries that you have to save it for, you want to save up those Zetas and have them ready to go. It just makes your life and 5-star gear 11 Malak with 2 Zetas is still really, really good.
Yep.
Really good. So there you go. All right, that's it for us today. That's going to be the end of our stream because I've lost 5 pounds of water weight sitting here. I'm dying.
Wasting away on us, Ranger.
So there you go. So if you guys have more questions, I encourage you to join our Discord. You can message me anytime if you have questions about your roster or anything. Look me up in Discord. Look up Finn in Discord. Look up Ronde, or just come to our general Discord. We have an amazing group of folks there that just love talking about this game and just having fun. And we'll make it answer your questions. But if you want to get this directly from the source, just message me. People do it all the time. I don't mind. I may not respond right away, but I will respond, and we'll get you squared away on that. And then the other thing too is I'm doing a mini roster review session tonight. I'm gonna shoot for 5:30 p.m. Eastern. I'll split the difference between 5 and 6. I've got some stuff I need to work on. I'm still trying to get my AC fixed, and I'm still got to work on this. I want to get this lore video recorded, so I'm going to do that. And I'm excited about the character I'm working on. But god dang, these bigger characters like Mary Jade and Darth Bane, there's so much. So much. So we'll be doing that tonight. I know we've got more videos coming out. We just did a recent video about top 10 characters with speed, so if you haven't checked that out, please do. That'll give you an idea of which characters you need speed for and why. That'll help you out with your Grand Arena and things of that nature. And yeah, so check out our other videos. I got the lore videos. We got the video about the top 10 characters for speed. We're doing some other videos that you guys are going to do. We're going to start breaking down Grand Arena teams. Why you should use them, where you should use them, that kind of thing. Because I get asked all the time about teams and where to place them and things of that nature. So we're good at that coming soon. So there's a lot of good stuff for you guys, and we're going to be doing more live streams, more videos, just a whole bunch of stuff. Next lore video, Ray Rock, should be out tomorrow or Wednesday. I was going to try to do 2 week, but it was easier. It may be 2 week, depends on which characters I focus on, but these bigger name characters have much more backstory and stuff to them, so it's a little bit harder to do just 2 when I'm focused on these big characters like Mary Jade and Darth Bane. Were really involved, and I had to do a lot of research and stuff like that to really break down the character. So it's the same for the next character coming up, but that should be Tuesday or Wednesday that comes out. 1 a week for right now, for some of the ones I'm looking at. And then for the minor characters like Watt or Shakti that do have a history, I can knock out 2 of those in a week. So there you go. All right, so with that, make sure you give us a thumbs up, subscribe, make sure you follow us on Twitch, and subscribe on Twitch because that's where we're going to be doing our Grand Arena Championship stuff. So make sure you check that out, and check out our Patreon. We're going to be doing mini roster reviews today, so if you'd like, go do that. So yeah, and we got the Amazon wish list, birthday, blah, 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 blah. Check it out. I'm fine. But yes, appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, and with that, be safe. We'll see you later.
See ya.